In this problem, we're going to find a fraction of a set. Ms. Levenhurst has 24 students in her reading class. 3/8 of her students prefer reading nonfiction and the rest prefer fiction. How many students prefer fiction? So if I look at the problem, I know that 24 students is important. That's telling me what my whole set is. Of course, 3/8 prefer reading nonfiction, and the word rest is a key word. Prefer fiction. And finally, it says, how many students prefer fiction? So this is the question that I need to make sure I answer. How many prefer fiction? So I want to make sure I can picture what's happening in the story. So I'm really going to try to see in my mind the class of students, and a part of this class, the smaller part, prefer nonfiction books, while the whole rest of the class, which is going to be the larger part, is reading fiction. And I know that my answer is going to be larger than half because of the fraction here, 3/8. I know 3/8 is less than 4/8. So that's telling me that the smaller part of this whole is the nonfiction part, and the rest is going to be larger than a half. So after I have a picture in my mind, I'm going to first find out what 1/8 of 24 is. Once I know what 1/8 is, I can use that to help me find 3/8. So I'll find 1/8 by doing 24 divided by 8, 8 equal parts, and that's 6. And I can model that by taking my bar. I'm going to label my bar with 24 because it's the whole set, and it's 24 students, and I'm going to divide it into 8 equal parts. So 24 divided by 8 equals 3. So that tells me that each part has a value of 3. And if this is my whole set, then each part represents 1/8 of that set. So if 3/8 of the students prefer nonfiction, I'm going to section off my 3/8. So that's 1/8, 2/8. And from this model, I can tell that 3/8 is going to have a value of 3, 6, 9. So that's 9 students. I could have done that by doing 24 divided by 8 equals 3, and then taking that 3 and multiplying it by 3 to get 9. Now, when I look at the question again, I'm not done yet. I still have another step because the question is asking me not what 3/8 is, but how many students prefer fiction. So I'm trying to figure out the rest of this set. So I can do that a couple ways. I could just do 24 minus 9 to get my answer, because I know that 24 is my whole set. 9 is the number of students who prefer nonfiction, so the rest will be what's left after I subtract 9 from 24. Or I can look at my bar again and section off what's left, and I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 left. And 5/8 would be the same as taking 3 and multiplying it by 5, which is 15. So I can check my answer by saying, is 9 plus 15, is that going to give me 24, my whole set? 9 plus 15 is 24. All right, so my final answer is not that 9 students prefer nonfiction. Again, it's the number 15, because 15 is the rest of the students who prefer fiction.